For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. Shout out to the fam. We up in this thing, PPR representing the flocking nation. Stand up for the Pelicans, man. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all for being in this one. And this is the Pelicans 2024 draft recap stream. Of course, the Pelicans did make a move to climb back up into the draft. To get a very good player, man, to be honest with you. Reeves is a baller, man, did a really good thing. So the Pelicans basically got back up into that thing with the Magic trading the number 47 pick to the Pels for two future second round pick swaps, which is 2020 and 2031, according to the source. So the Pelicans jump back in that thing, man. So shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all being in the stream. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And by all means, feel free to share your show on your social media feed. Hit the link if you're on Twitter or X, retweet us, Instagram, give us a like, Facebook, same thing. Shout out to the flock. How y'all doing tonight, fam? Hope y'all doing pretty good. Big ups to everybody, man. Good to see y'all as always. Pelicans, Nola, Young City 9. Shout out to you. Good to see you, Michael. Shout out to you. Good. Appreciate you. My brother Kai's in this thing. Shout out to Kai the Great. Big ups to everybody, man. What's up? Brother Moses in this thing representing as well. Good to see you. Just add A. Davis. Shout out to you, fam. Appreciate you. Stephanie, shout out to you as well. And of course, I dropped a poll in the Pale chat, man, for the family members to kind of get your vote on, man, and see what you guys. What's up, Frosty? I see you, fam. Frosty 504. Shout out to you, fam. I see you, man. Appreciate you for being in this thing as well. All right, so fam, what's up, Tasha? Shout out to Tasha. She's a Spur girl, but she always rep the Pels, supporting the stream. Shout out to Tasha and my dog Sean. Big up to y'all, brother T in this thing as well. Oh yeah. And yeah, the fam is in this thing. They already hitting on the poll, man. Y'all hit it in. And look like, man, we just put it up and 62% of the vote is dominating the poll right now. And that's a B grade, giving the Pelicans a B. Now, the flock was in there and they feelings. What's up, brother Kendall? How you doing, sir? Appreciate you. 504 Doc, I see you. But, you know, people were kind of upset. And, man, listen, it ain't over with, fam. It's not. Shalom, brother. Good to see you. This is not over with by a landslide. But it's just it's just the David Griffin card last night with him at the press conference, giving so many conflicting comments, man. And that within itself deserves its own stream to kind of dissect from what David Griffin was basically saying during the press conference last night, where he was talking a lot of stuff, man. And like I said, I promise y'all, if it's not tomorrow, that's Saturday, over the next 2 days, we're going to just really dissect that thing. And I know they'll probably have some more interviews that they'll roll out between now and then. But boy, that press conference last night after the first round with Bryson Graham, not so much him, but brother is, you know, starry eyes. You know, he's made, that was a life ambition for him to become a general manager, and he accomplished that. But boy, the direction, people want to know, what's the direction of the Pelicans? What's going on with the Pelicans in terms of what the decision? This is a crucial juncture of time for this team. We're resetting after not liking the last 5 years of basketball. So the Pelicans have to do it right. So in this draft, I have to agree, fam. I would give the Pelicans a B grade, just like you guys. It's not an A, but I would give it a B grade because they did accomplish two things. They did get a rim protecting big that's athletic, that can run. You got to work on his offensive game, but he's an offensive rebounder and he'll dunk on your head, but not much on the shot. But what they're saying is he's willing to work and put the work in to develop whatever they need him to develop. And that's positive. That's the word we've been hearing on Messi. I've been doing a lot of research outside the draft stuff and just to the mindset of the player. And boy, they talking a blue streak about positivity about Messi. And we knew he was a solid kid when he coming out of the draft in terms of what he did at Baylor. Is he the right player right now for the Pelicans? Well, they wanted a rim protector, and he'll do that for you. He'll run the floor really well. He's defensive minded foremost out front of everybody else, and that'll get him playing time with Willie because Willie loves that. So anyway, let's get into this article. Shout out to our beat writer, Rail Wright, who does the Pelican news for us on our site, the whothatdaily.com. So if you guys don't know, please feel free to kind of go over there and subscribe, man, to the whothatdaily.com. As always, big ups to Kevin. Good to see you, fam. Shout out to you. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin Byers, shout out to you. All right. But yeah, this is the thing we're going to go over here, man. And listen, it's not over with, fam. We have a lot to do. We finally got through one leg of this thing, which was the draft. Now the next thing is what happens with Brandon Ingram? What happens there? You know, because people ask me, Q, hey man, if Brandon, you know, David Griffin came out and said BI doesn't want to go, but is economically, for lack of better words, not feasible to be able to sign him at a $50 million. I would mean he have to take a pay cut. But listen, any money, unless it's a severe pay cut, that gets in the way of Trey Murphy III. It really does. So listen, bro, we done crossed the threshold here, you know, and of course, you know, could it be something worked out where I just don't see it, man. Like we've had enough opportunity to see BI. I know we love BI. I love BI. I think BI is tremendous, just terrific. But we done ran our course with this thing here. And of course, we know Zion obviously is the future. CJ McCollum was a guy that was supposed to be brought in to kind of help Zion and BI get to the next level in the playoffs. And he disappeared to hell in the playoffs. So if BI is on a trade block, CJ McCollum should be behind him and gone. Because we need to free up that money. We need to get CJ off the books with that 33 in the third. And listen, no disrespect to CJ McCollum with the 3-pointers during the regular season disappearing in the playoffs. But the thing is, you when you make a decision like this, you can't be waffling and waving and you gotta hit it and go. And the Pelicans can't be on this treadmill and all this kind of stuff. You got to move forward because everybody else is making decisive, powerful moves to improve their team going forward. They had people trading people. Portland made a trade. They got the really good shooter from Washington. That was a good pickup. And teams are moving and grooving, man, improving their squads. They're not happy sitting on their hands, you know, so the Pelicans have to be within that energy. They have to have that energy. So it'll be interesting this offseason. I tell you what. But anyway, let's get into the article. Pelicans select center Yves Missi and sharpshooter Antonio Reeves in the draft. And I'm going to show some film on both these guys for you guys, just in case you hadn't gotten an opportunity to take a look at it. Rail right on the scoop. With the 2024 NBA draft in the history books, the Pelicans have added 2 new members to their 2024 squad. In the first round, the Pelicans selected Baylor big man Yves Missi. I think that's right. With the 21st pick, standing 6'11" and weighing 235 pounds, Missi addressed the team's need for a shot blocking, rim running, athletic big man, especially with Jonas Valanciunas heading into free agency. Despite only starting to play basketball in 2020, Missi has shown rapid development. He started 32 of 34 games for the Baylor Bears last season, averaging just under 11 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, and a block and a half per contest. His athleticism and defensive skills have drawn comparisons to Mark Williams, who's the 7-foot center that plays for the Charlotte Hornets. And Mark Williams is a pretty solid big man. He really is. So Missi, and I don't know if it says skill set is that. I think Mark Williams a little further on his offensive bag, but this could be promising. Missi brings an exciting blend of skills to the Pelicans, known for his finishing ability, shot block, and defensive versatility. He flashes a face-up offense, suggests additional offensive upside. However, he currently lacks shooting and passing skills, so we got to work on that. And of course, Adrian Wojnarowski tweet that they're added in it about the Pelicans switching, getting that 47th pick in the second round today to get Antonio Reeves. Now, Pelicans general manager Bryson Graham indicated that Missi wasn't initially on the NBA scouts' radar at the start of the 23-24 season, but quickly caught attention with his game performance. Graham recognized Messi's exceptional intangibles and foundation from day one, highlighting his hard work, coachable, and humble nature, as well as his strong family background, which is quite impressive. He's Cameroonian, and his parents played pro basketball. His brother went to Harvard. His sister's a doctor. I mean, they're a very solid family, man. They're a very solid, very accomplished and successful family that Missi comes from, man. Very impressive. In the second round, the Pelicans made a strategic move by trading with Orlando to acquire the 47 pick using 2 future pick swaps. With this pick, they drafted Kentucky sharpshooter Antonio Reeves. Now, Reeves, who's 6'6", 200 pounds, averaged over 20 points a game while shooting 47% from downtown in 33 games. He spent his first 3 college seasons at Illinois State before transferring to Kentucky, where he flourished. As a senior, Reeves became an All-American and All-SEC first-team performer, leading Kentucky in scoring. Over 2 or more his 2 accomplished teammates, and Dillingham was one of those guys. So while he excels as an off the dribble shooter, his defense capabilities remain a work in progress. Nevertheless, Reeves' shooting skills make him a valuable addition in the second round, potentially filling a crucial role as a microwave scorer off the bench. Now, as we know when they drafted this kid, we know in mind the dude could play ball, and they're right. His defense is not all that. But that's when we talk about Willie Green has to be able to switch up his philosophy because, man, listen, fam, depending on what the Pelicans do in terms of filling in roles from the bench, it's a work in progress. Not losing Najee Marshall into free agency, that's going to hurt a little bit. That's going to hurt a lot, matter of fact, because Najee Marshall was incredibly necessary for the Pelicans in many games off the bench. He'll come in there and handle the ball. He'll come in there. He'll hit shots and 3-pointers. He'll attack the basket with reckless abandon. He'll get to the foul line, hit the free throws. His 3-point game was flourishing, and he would guard multiple positions. So Najee was a incredibly talented player for the Pelicans. Losing him in free agency is going to hurt a bit. So the Pelicans are going to have to figure out that bench as well as find some stuff going on with that starting lineup as well. So as you can see, man, this is going to be an interesting season. So the Pelicans, Willie Green, man, I know he's going to play Messi because Messi is defensive first. He's always patient. If you struggle in offensive, if your defense is off the chain, but if it's vice versa, look what he did Jordan Hawkins, and he called him Baby Ray Allen. So no, you don't bench Baby Ray Allen because his defense, if you feel is not up to par beside a shooter, you got to be smarter than that, bro. And that's what I said about Willie Green. I'm going to give Willie Green. A lot of people don't think Willie Green going to improve at all. And I had this thing yesterday when I talked about the family members. I put the poll up. People said, Q, stop it. Willie Green is not going to get better. He's not going to improve. He's going to be the same old Willie. And I'm like, man, people change, man. You either going to change for the better or you going to change for the worse. But one thing or another, your ass is going to change. You're not going to stay the same forever. You're going to change one way or the other. Why? Because the NBA is changing. All around us is changing. You can't stay the same while everything around you is changing. Now, you could be stable, but you have to be flexible. And that's something that he's going to have to learn as he's approaching his 4th season in the NBA. But anyway, let me kind of jump to it, fam, and give you guys some of this stuff about Reeves. Here is let me put this on screen for the family members to show you. Reeves, man, this kid's a absolute, and you can see right here. Let me see if I can make that a little bigger for the family members to see him right here. But the dude is absolutely awesome, man. He attacks the cup. He has good size with the 6'6". He'll light it up. Has no issue putting the ball up, man. He gets it up quick. Good size. Like I said, like the size. And like I said, the dude is awesome, man. He's also awesome player. This was a very solid pick by the Pelicans. Now let me give y'all guys some of the background on Antonio Reeves as the stats play here, or the highlight play. His strengths, according to the post-draft analysis, is a dynamic scorer who made 45% of his 3-pointers last season, ranking among the most productive and efficient scorers in all of the country. As a 5th-year senior at Kentucky, his weaknesses at age 23. He lacks the physicality on the defensive end and is not much of a playmaker or a passer, according to the report. Now, the verdict is Reeves might not be the most versatile 2-way player, but he was a diverse shot maker as any in college. There's an obvious niche for him to fill as a bench scorer, and he could have some upward mobility if he can find a way to hold his own defensively, especially off the ball. Now, the post-draft analysis said this pick here, the Pelicans traded with, of course, we know with Orlando. New Orleans sent 2 future second-round pick swaps to the Magic to move in and select Reeves, a quality long-range shooter who helped his standing among teams with a strong pre-draft process. The Pelicans value Reeves' skill set and will aim to develop him into a useful role player and depth option. So that is the draft on this kid on Antonio Reeves, 6'6", some say 2, some say 1'8", 190 out of Kentucky. Very interesting. And this, like I said, I'll give the draft a B because it does fill some needs here. Let me put some stuff up on here because this dude here, man, look at these statistics, man. These statistics, my goodness, let me get y'all on the big screen. Look at this. Now, as you can see, his last year with Kentucky with Dillingham, and I forgot the other guard they have on the team there, but he played in 33. That's right, Reed. Thank you, DC. Reed from who went to the Rockets. So yeah, with those two guys went in the first round, this guy was the leading scorer. He was the guy that was the leading scorer on the Kentucky team. In 33 games, this guy averaged 31.5 minutes per game. He shot 51.2% from the field. He shot 44.7% from downtown, almost a 45% three-point shooter. He's an 86.3 free throw shooter. He shoots 86.3%. So from downtown, almost 45%. From the free throw line, 86.3%. He averaged over 4 rebounds a contest. So he in there snatching up, trying to get rebounds, not much on the assist end at 1.6 per game, but he does show his propensity to go and try to get rebounds at over 4 a game. And then the really telling stat is the fact that the kid averaged over 20 points a game for Kentucky. And the funny thing is, DC, that's not the first time he's done that. He did 20 plus in it when he was with Illinois State. This dude could play, man. He'll score. Go ahead. What you feeling? What you think about the draft, DC?
I don't think we could have made a better pick in the second round, other than one of those 4 guys that went at the top of the second round. Basically, everybody I was shocked to see that made it to the second round. Clinic. The Knicks didn't care about him reading Q. You don't need to read in New York, I guess, huh? He ain't gonna go down to Madison Square Garden and look at the billboards. But Tyler Smith, Mogbo, Filipowski, those guys went like 1, 2, 3, 4. And after that, I wasn't familiar with this guy, man. And it's crazy because watched a lot of film on Dillingham and Reed Shepherd, and it never jumped out to me to check out number 12. I did see him a few times, getting assists and stuff, or hitting a spot up jumper. But when you really go look at his game, man, not only, we look at him, some people say he's possibly the best shooter in the draft. You got 4 or 5 guys you usually hear that about, and they get to the league and you see who's who. But man, this dude finishes 62% at the rim, Q. He shoots 50% on floaters. He took 98 floaters and made 52 of them. 164 threes he hit at 45%. You know what I'm saying? This ain't, if he can duplicate some of this production at the next level, obviously, Willie got to play him. Because, wait, what is downside, Q? It's not physical on defense, right?
That's right. That's the thing.
But I got to love this from the Pels front office. Najee's going to be gone. We cooking up another trade, Q. We're cooking up another trade. So if Dice is out of here, Antonio's gonna have to get some minutes. Or let's say, you heard the press conference yesterday and we decided to keep Brandon Ingram, right? Well, it's interesting to me that they get a guy like this and then you got another guy like Jordan Hawkins. Are the Pelicans preparing for life after CJ? These two players kind of can do a similar thing. And I think his defense, again, it's kind of like looking at Jordan Hawkins in a sense. I don't think it's that bad to where he can't be a good team defender. He ain't going to be Herb Jones and nothing like that. But I don't think this guy's just like a horrible defender. He's light. So, yeah, he can't deal with the physicality on defense. He got to get stronger. But looking at this, man, we got another shooter to put around Zion. You can't be nothing but happy about that.
Yeah, it's big, man. The defense and the rim runner for the Pelicans and Messi, and now you get a shooter there. The only thing is figuring out how to get them on the court, man, so they can do some stuff. So that'll be the fun part about all this.
Yeah. 504 Doc, man. Let me answer your question. Yep, he averaged more than Shepard and Dillingham. And what ran teams away is he's 23. That's like 105 in the draft, man. So
That's right.
he's old. That, and I think the fact that he's light. Like you look at a dude like Dalton Connect. A lot of people compare these two. Some people believe, not a lot of those people. Some people believe he's better than Connect, but he's a lot. I guess he ain't got as many bricks in his pocket, but they're around the same height. So I say the undersized for trying to be. He plays forward and guard, so he's undersized for a forward, but he is 6'6". So I guess they're looking at his size and the fact that he's 23 years old.
Yeah, it's going to be fun watching these guys play, man. It's going to be absolutely a ball watching them play. And like I said, I think the whole question boils down is what now that moving forward, the stage has to be set because the biggest shoe has to fall, so to speak, which is the Pelicans move with Brandon Ingram, then following that up with CJ McCollum, because we have to field or put a team on the court that can be able to compete in the Western Conference, and especially in the Southwest Division. So, man, we got some work to do here, man. We got some work to do. And like we said, we watched the press conference last night about David Griffin, the word salad and the fork tongue nature and all the stuff that he was doing. Just kind of dampened the spirit just a little bit of some of the family members. It's like, okay, what are we doing here? What's the next shoe here? Because we got to be able to get the Brandon Ingram trade shaking and baking. We got to do something. We got to make a move. We have to improve the team. We have to move in a direction to improve this organization so we can be competitive, to be competitive and keep going upward. So that's the next shoe. So the draft is out of the way. We get some really good prospects, a center that can move and shot block, and a guy that can shoot threes, another shooter. Dead-eye shooter to the Pelican squad. We just got to be able to put these guys together. I like the draft. We got to maximize their talent. It's the next thing we got to do here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we definitely need to figure out a way to do that. And with James Borrego's possibly coming back, I think that'll be easy to do, man. This is another guy that can fill in and get the 43-pointers up that we want to get up. I think he can fit right into that mindset. Now we just got to see, what we're gonna do with the big dominoes. We still technically need a starting center and a point guard, right, Marley? You know what I'm saying? He pointed out in the chat, and I feel the same way. We still don't have a point guard. They talked about facilitation being something that they need to that they need to handle. I was about to say aggressively. We're gonna attack things aggressively. Kept saying all of that BS. They should have said with force, right, Q?
So you don't believe that David Griffin is going to attack and continue to be aggressive in the offseason, DC?
Well, I mean, the offseason has already kicked off and he ain't been aggressive yet. This is the most aggressive move we made, which involved us giving up 2 pick swaps in 30 and 31 to Orlando for a second-round pick. That's if you call that aggressive, Q. I mean, we have to make a trade. So, I mean, him pulling off the BI trade, if he doesn't swing for the fences and get a big name, would we really say it's aggressive? What are they going to sign a big name free agent with no money?
Well, he said aggressive, and then that's when he originally
fairly aggressive, Big Q.
Then he changed it in the press conference last night. So at the end of the season presser, he talked about being aggressive, and then it became fairly aggressive. So I guess that's a degree or two less aggressive than what we initially anticipated.
Well, that's being aggressive, sitting on your hands. So you sit on your hands and you do everything you could do while you're sitting on your hands.
Yeah,
that type of aggression.
What's up, brother Hakeem? How you doing, brother? I know. Let me tell you, DC. That body language that he showed the other night, that was not that wasn't very encouraging. But it's a lot of pressure on him because you got Bryson, new GM. So he has to, and David Griffin's a micromanager anyway. So he has a lot to do. We got to move along. A lot of people don't think that the Pelicans are going to trade BI. I think they eventually will trade Brandon Ingram. Now when, I don't know.
He don't have a choice. He
You
have
got
to
to trade.
trade him, but like you said, he doesn't necessarily have to trade him right now. I mean, he can trade BI in the middle of the season. He can trade BI after the season and get him to sign a contract. You don't know, but
You don't want to run
I
your
look
stuff.
at it.
You don't
I
want
look
to do
at
that.
his
You're saying that's an option. I get what you're saying.
I look at his body language. And I wonder, Bi is David Griffin's guy, man. If we being honest, he's handed the team to Bi over Zion. He constantly, put him in that place. So maybe he's coming to the realization he has to trade Bi, and he's sad about that.
Well, feelings don't have nothing.
I love he get with people, man, and he just gets fixated on stuff. And
Yeah, but man, come on, bro. I mean, this is business, man. I mean, if he loved him that much, then he wouldn't have fret about paying him anything. It's business. We have to move forward. You give it a time frame. We didn't go where we needed to be. It was a lot of injuries, and the reason why he was more inclined to because Bi was there more. I mean, Zion missed a lot of games, and during that time, Brandon Ingram was on the floor making plays, scoring, and doing that. So I think it grabbed the team. First option gravitated to him because all of the time Zion missed. So I mean now, and then he gets this extension that I don't think he deserves. I don't think he deserves that extension. But boy, people see as he goes forward in this next few years, it's no doubt about it. Everybody's focused on him. The pressure is on. It's on him. They're not looking at Bryson Graham saying, Bryson, if you don't get this right, you're out of here. Or Willie Green. He can't do that because the general manager he brought in here is gone. So you got a new one. He had 3 coaches in 5 years, and this is the 3rd coach. So it's all on him, and he feeling that pressure. You better believe he feeling that pressure. You watched that press conference last night. He feeling that pressure.
Yeah, he definitely is, man. And then when you probably got insider information about a bomb that dropped today, when you're looking at Brandon Ingram's contract,
Yeah.
Jamal Murray signed with the Denver Nuggets for guess what? How much, Q? $208 million. Who would you rather have on your team, Jamal Murray or Brandon Ingram? You can't justify paying BI with Jamal Murray, and isn't Donovan Mitchell in the same ballpark? Like, he's not on that tier. You can't justify paying him there. He's on more on the DeJounte Murray tier, although I think he's a little bit better than DeJounte Murray, but they're different players. So that where one is good at, the other one isn't necessary. But you can't put him in that stratosphere. And BI is probably dead set on getting that $52 million. So
yeah, he's there, DC, and I agree with you. I don't think he's backing down off that. And I know he wants to stay here, but they're not gonna they're not gonna pay. And the decision has already been all but made, and it's just a matter of time before the trade is pulled. So the only question is, what's included in the trade to move Brandon Ingram to get the piece that you want, or the pieces that go with the team. So that's the only thing. Now they totally, with the draft out of the way and the workouts, all that, they can just focus entirely on making whatever deal they need to make. Brother Barry, shout out to you, Barry. Good to see you. Say, what's up, Q? I listened to the press conference with Griff and his GM. I had more questions than answers. He says, Q, I'm still scratching my head about the offseason moves. The Pels gotta show me. A lot of people. Shout out to you, Brother Barry. Good to see you, man, in the chat. You're right, bro. We were watching that, and we live reacted to that because when that press conference played, we piped it right on in, and we were covering it, watching it while it was happening. And yeah, you're right. These reporters that we have down here, man, some of them give some good information, but my God, they don't have much of a backbone. No real tough questions. Now the Saints people do that. That's largely That's two people largely that really give you the questions that we want to know. That's Triplet and Underhill. If we had a Triplet and Underhill with the Pelicans, we'd be all right. We don't have those guys over there. We got like corporate guys, like corporate line towing ass guys. They wouldn't dare approach a difficult question on no David Griffin because he ain't hard to rip apart. He basically made a toilet paper. I mean, he's his lingo is totally it's repetitive, it's redundant, and it's totally general. It's all general spiel with no specifics of how we're going to do this, how we doing that, what's the vision for the team. Talks about a vision, but we don't know what the vision is. Oh, we've been building a sustainable organization. That's all fluff talk, bro. You know, when this dude get fired from here, maybe he can go pick up a job with the United Nations because that's how they talk in their documents. Sustainability, all this nonsense. But you know, to and good human. How many damn times last night he said good humans? I mean, the dude stuck on the good human lingo. I mean, he said like a dozen times last night, bro.
We understand things from a human perspective. We understand the human side of things. I think that's what he said.
Last time I checked, we're all humans. Okay,
that's apparently not, Big Q.
Well, I'm saying
David Griffin don't want no aliens on his team, bro.
Maybe he does if they're good. If you get good human beings and good aliens, there you go. All right, so yeah, that's interesting, man. All right, Strider says BI is probably not going to feel the same when his name is being talked about for trading pieces. Yeah, the only thing is, what is the and that's the thing. Now we're moving forward. Now we talked about like the recap tonight with the draft guys, DC. Let's kind of get to that before we kind of go back into the David Griffin thing because we'll have plenty of time for that as the season progresses. But in terms of the picks that we got tonight, which is, actually over the last couple of days with Messi and now Antonio Reeves, we can, and it depends, because you can see Messi as a guy that maybe he starts for the Pelicans. We know Jonas Valanciunas is heading into free agency. We know Cody Zeller is heading there. So the Pelicans really don't have a center on the squad. So I guess right now, Messi, as a result of no centers being there, he's obviously, if you're playing basketball, he would be your center. So I don't know exactly what the plan is, like if they're trying to just get the point guard and then another guy, because I'm saying that it seems like something else is going on. It's not going to just be one player. It's going to be two players or something like that that'll come here. So it just, we have to work it through. And then the CJ McCollum thing, kind of festering in the background with him and people we want to get him off the team and all that kind of stuff. Let's just talk about how Messi and Antonio Reeves could be potentially used in the Pelicans rotations coming up. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I was thinking about what you said, man. I think Messi, man, we got to see what else they do with bigs, because, like I said, Q, I'm gonna be honest. I like Messi. My reason for being down on him is because we don't have a point guard. I don't see offensively how he stays on the court without somebody to get him easy looks and kind of set him up. And along with that, kind of help walk him through the game, man. You're going to have somebody pointing the spots. Hey, man, you need to be here. Like, he's not going to know everything. This dude only been playing basketball 3 years. We see how that works out with Jackson Hayes, man. And when Jackson Hayes started off here, you know, he started off with Lonzo Ball and we had Drew Holiday here helping him work through some things, getting some minutes. We ain't got nothing like that right now. You know, so until I see who we got point guard wise, I wouldn't expect a lot from Messi, man, unless he just has to play out of pure desperation because we ain't got nothing else. But Reeves, I think Reeves is pretty much plug and play. Like, you put him out there, you know, as in that Najee role, possibly. Well, Dice probably would play the Najee role, so he'll have his own role. Envision whatever minutes you thought Ryan Anderson probably could get. If he can't hold Reeves at bay and Reeves is just balling, I think he would you would see him and Hawk get out there and find some minutes, man, with the 3-point shooting. Willie with this kid, I don't think he's going. Well, kid, man, dude, 23, man. But this young man, I don't
You
think
hope.
Willie's gonna be able to keep him on the bench, bro. Like he's 23. You you know you ain't got a lot of time with him, Q. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like he's 20. He ain't 21. He 23. You
But
know,
that's he's an
this is
old.
the offensive Herb Jones. This is the inverted Herb Jones thing, man. You got somebody who is very, very good offensively, and you need to help them work on the other side of their game. Which I don't think his defense, at least from what I saw, every time I see the man, he getting buckets. That's a good goddamn defense to me. But
Yeah, be perfect, man. He got a special skill, and the thing is, DC, he gets hot quick. Like he gets these shots up, man,
do he cool off? You saying he get hot quick? I ain't seen him cool off.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like how some
Man,
people
dude had a damn near 40-point game. I think this year, man.
yeah,
You know, so
that's what I'm saying, though.
this is it's a no brainer. You got to find minutes for somebody like that on your bench unit. We had a prolific bench unit last year, and I think we can be just as prolific this year, if not better, but in a different way. We can be more balanced. So he fits right in. And you know what I like about him, Q? When I'm watching clips on him and people say little slick stuff, or he running up, he getting in their face. Like, this ain't no he ain't the back down kind of dude, bro. You see that Chicago in him. You know what I'm saying? I like his attitude, bro. I like his attitude. He seemed like he up for a challenge. And that type of guy, I mean, we need somebody to ruffle some feathers, so to speak, right? We need somebody who ain't worrying about the joy and the mindfulness as much. You know, we need that. You know, keep the togetherness, but don't he don't look like he gonna be worried about the joy and mindfulness as much. You know, so I think he finds a way to get some minutes. Working through the season, I say at least 8 minutes a game, 8 to 10 minutes a game. That brother can probably find a way to work in his rotation. Could be more, depending on what happens with this trade. Because if you got to give up pieces, you got to give up Najee. God forbid, you got to give up a Jordan Hawkins to get like a Trae Young or something. You know, he can fit right in that role. He can fit in a lot of different roles. I mean, he's just a flat out scorer off the bench, bro. Who knows? We might be looking at our next six man after CJ McCullough. Who knows?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, the Pelicans, they've added some shooting, man. Jordan Hawkins is excited. Trey Murphy the third. Jordan Hawkins, Antonio Reeves, Matt Ryan's here. So the Pelicans have a barrage of shooting. Not to mention Herb Jones is a true 3 and D now. So this is the Pelicans' unofficial depth chart family that we got on the screen right now. That they have now. This doesn't have DJ's guy on it, but it does have all the Pelicans that we do recognize. CJ McCollum, Herb Jones, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, Larry Nance, Jose Alvarado, Jordan Hawkins, Dyson Daniels, Trey Murphy III, Yves Missi, Matt Ryan, Antonio Reeves, Malcolm Hill, EJ Liddell, and Uncle Robinson. Uncle Earl Robinson. How you pronounce Jeremiah Robinson Earl? So those are all of the current Pelicans, and of course we do have the G Leaguers, which I guess that would be, Metkovic would probably be on there. But this is currently the Pelican squad right now. So, man, and just hypothetically speaking, if the season was to start with these guys, this current collection of players, how do you guys feel about that? If the season if the season was started, DC, with this current collection of players,
hold on, Q. You know I'm driving, bro. So I got to try to find a way to zoom in. Let me see.
I don't want to get you to crash, brother. Try to figure that shit out. Hold on, bro. Benjamin, shout out to you. Benjamin says, does the animal Bridges trade raise BI's value or hurt it? I think
so I guess we missed some news, man. Where did Bridges get traded, brother? I have to figure that out.
You talked about McAllister.
He got traded.
You talking about
Oh,
bridges?
I'm thinking about the other bridges, man. I'm thinking about the other bridges.
No, yeah. I mean, we was in
I
the
mean, so much has been happening. I thought it was another trade, but yeah, I think the Mikal Bridges trade hurts and helps and hurts. It just depends on who you're looking at getting. If you're looking at us getting off of BI for some picks, I think it helps. If you were looking at like doing a straight up trade with Atlanta or Cleveland or somebody like that, I think it hurts because they're gonna look at their guys the same way people may potentially be looking at BI now in the front office. Oh, Mikal Bridges got 6 picks. BI should be at least worth 5. That's how they gonna look at it. So what stops Atlanta from seeing Trey Young the same way? What stops Cleveland from seeing Darius Garland the same way? I think it hurts and helps. It just depends on organization they trading with, to be honest.
yeah. Kind of a mixed bag right now, man. I don't know how you would want. I would, optimistically want it to help it because it will give us a better value for BI. But Atlanta, man, like what Atlanta did, you heard they drafted Reshashar, I think his name is pronounced.
And
And
a
then
lot of people
and they traded
are saying that was a mistake, Q.
hold,
I'm
hold on,
hearing a
listen.
lot of bad stuff about
It,
Risha.
but they traded Griffin.
Yeah, to the Blazers.
Right. So what does that mean? So I mean, like I said, when they picked that up, I was like, it's kind of difficult reading the tea leaves right now.
I mean, Atlanta is a rebuilding team, so they recouped a second round pick and something else, and they get off some salary. It just seems like a salary dump. They ain't really high on Griffin. They stopped believing in him after he had one good year, and they pretty much gave up on him. So
They did give up on him.
yeah,
How-
I don't take a
how's
lot
that,
out of it.
how's that fit in terms of, because obviously I think the Pelicans
So
are
you think they should need another small forward?
I'm saying if you want to look at it like that, you're opening up a slot right there. Is that something that could be potentially dealing with BI? Because I think most of the Pell Nation want Trey Young because he's a superstar to pair with Zion Williamson. A lot of people they want that first. So, it's a lot of waffling and wavering going on with Atlanta right now. And what you expect out of an Atlanta organization? It's a lot of waffling and waving, the Falcons and the Hawks. What you expect for Atlanta? But a lot of movement that, kind of wishy-washy movements. It's hard to kind of put your finger on what's really going on here. But watching David Griffin's body language last night was either he was tired or I don't know what was going on, but he just looked like he looked stressed because the pressure is on. And this is a perfect segue for Molly's question. Says Q, I have a slight disagreement. I don't see Griff with any pressure right now. Who is giving him the pressure? You are. We are. Of course, he's not getting any pressure from Gail Benson. She's cashing checks. She's the second richest person in the state of Louisiana. She ain't fretting on nothing. Dennis Lauscha, who is signing deals left and right. I told y'all about Crazy Cubes, the ice company is the official. Crazy Cubes, the official ice of the New Orleans Saints. Literally got the stuff on side the bag. The official ice of the New Orleans Saints. And so I mean, he's got business deals all over the place. But when it come down to like knowing about the intricacies of how to have a top-notch organization, you need to hire credible people. They're not. He said Griffin basically said that last night. That he said they let us do our jobs and all. So they're not checking for that guy. They're not checking for him. They're not. So the pressure is going to come from where who watches the team the most. It's going to come from us. It's going to come from the family base, and you got power. Listen, them people on top, man, they getting all that money because we putting all that money in their pockets. We buy all their merch. We pay for their tickets. We go up there and pay for them $20 nachos. We the one putting all that money in their pocket to make them that rich. And just like you made them rich, you can unrich their asses. Serious stuff. You pay for the utilities in the building. They don't pay no rent on that. They don't pay no rent on the dome or the. I've been telling y'all that. It's all they got the documents sealed. All that came out with Tom Benson. Family was suing him when they wanted to crack open the contracts to what he had going on with the state of Louisiana and the city and all this kind of stuff. And he settled with them so those contracts won't be seen a light of day. But you don't have to see. I know what's in the damn contracts. So, like I said, man, these people, you can unrich their asses. The pressure is coming from you because if you don't trust and believe in a team, they're not getting that arena. They want a brand new arena so they can make even more money. If you don't respect the family base and the support base that are supporting the team and you look the other way, we're going to do the same thing. One good turn deserves another. You ignore us and benign neglect and all that type of shit, we can play the same game, pal. And we can play it a lot better than you can. So, like I said, we got the power, man. The pressure is always coming from the family base because they love the team. They want the team to represent right. We just want you to win. And don't come here and lie to us and try to give us some old gobbledygook and BS. We're not going for that. We're not playing that game, man. That's over with. Long over with. We're not going that direction. But yeah, that's where it comes from, Maul. You know that, baby. That's how we do it, man. We got to keep and we put pressure on the reporters too. You know, make them comment on their pages and say, man, you need to ask tougher questions.
That should be the slogan for the season, Q. Applying pressure.
Lexxah.
Applying pressure.
Apply violence. That's Lexxah. She's gonna tell you.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, if you apply pressure,
bro. Let's go, boy.
If you apply pressure on somebody's throat, that is violence.
Apply pressure and violence. Yeah. Yeah. Go.
There we go. You know what's that, Alex?
What's going on, man? Shoot. Apologize for my tardiness. Shoot, I just came from basketball practice.
No, it's all right. It's all right. You know, we all part of the Pels family. You know, we do everything slow.
What? No, I wasn't slow, dog. I was coaching
in
the staff meeting. You know what I'm saying? No, I wasn't slow. Don't get me confused.
You was late to the party, just like the Pels getting back in the second round. It's okay.
DC, to speak to your your own tardiness.
Okay.
Yeah, I was late too, Lex. I was earlier than you, but I still was late.
I'm coming from basketball talk, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still driving.
It's basketball day. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. That's what I do. Like, look, all day. If I ain't talking about it, I'm playing it. If I ain't playing it, I'm teaching it. There you go.
DC still driving. There you go.
Yeah, no fried pineapples tonight, bro. I can't spike my insulin. That wouldn't be healthy.
No spiked pineapples.
Hold up. Heck no, I was not Tramal. I don't do that junk. Okay.
Oh Lord.
I make adjustments. Okay.
Why you say that, Tramal?
I read and feel the vibe of the game. Okay. I'm very in tune. Cause see, I play. And then I play with violence. And I coach with violence. Okay.
So when you coach with violence, Lex, does that mean chairs are being thrown and everything?
Huh?
And when you're coaching with violence, does that mean chairs are being thrown and fingers in the face of referees when calls are not satisfactory?
I do it very professionally and very ladylike. Okay. I walk on the court. I walk on the court. Well, hey, how you doing? Come on over here. You know what I'm saying? Be like, look, I get technical. I start explaining the details of the game. Be like, yeah, you're right, Lex. Yes, I know I'm right because I know the game too well. Yeah, you know, you got to pull those strings. You got to do it a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely. We seen Willie get buck and choose violence one time. That's why we took that piece.
No, he was called out by the reporters.
No, I'm saying, remember that time when Willie was fussing at that referee and he had to be restrained and the little fat guy had to move him, take him because Coach Fred was kind of keeping him out of the way and Willie was talking and pointing at the referee, fussing at him. And the little dude, the little guy, I don't know if he's security or whatever. Coach Fred just shoved him in his back. Man, get Willie out of here, man. We fussing and bitching and everything. Get him on up out of here. Man. So the dude pushed him out of there.
Willie Green wasn't about to do nothing.
Man, Willie.
Done it since.
Willie wasn't gonna let nobody punch him in his nose. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a horrible look. You know, that would have been a bad look because it represents 50% of his face. But anyway, listen, man. Let me show y'all this, man. Stephen A. Smith calls out.
Come on, you ain't gonna let that slide and not get no good laugh out of me.
Well, I'm just saying, Lex, you know, it's hard to pass up. You know, we love Willie, man. We just a little light jab right there. Anyway, let me play this, man. Stephen A. Smith calls out CJ McCollum's Pelicans teammates to his face. I don't know if y'all seen this or heard of this. I'm gonna play this little right here, and then we'll get right back into the talk. We'll get some more insight from you guys. We'll have like a rapid fire round where we open up the phone lines for for a few minutes and get a rapid fire, get people in there to kind of chime in on what they think about the draft now that it's complete, how you guys feel about what's going on in the season. So if you want to pop in and chime in and get your commentary, just give me a second. I'll post the link. But let me put this on the screen for you guys to kind of check out right here. And this was something Stephen A. Smith said to CJ McCollum, kind of putting him on the spot. And CJ McCollum, notice what he's doing, and we've called this out before. CJ McCollum is doing the JJ Redick plan. Basically, he's following exactly what JJ Redick did, how JJ Redick went from this, that, and the third, and then this, that, third, the bam, bam, beam. And then he goes to get him a podcast. He do that with LeBron. And then next thing you know, hey, LeBron, I'll tell you what, help me become the coach, and I'll draft your son in the second round. And all of a sudden, all of the celebrations, LeBron or Bronny, whatever his name is now the now unofficially a Laker. So we just living in LeBron's world right now. That's pretty much what's going on. Anyway, here's what Stephen A. Smith had to say to CJ McCollum. Here we go.
They are a top 5 team in the NBA. And CJ, don't you get some look on your face acting like that is a false statement, because you know that it is not. When you look at the New York Knicks right now and the way they defend, the Rough Riders that they are, you know something, not you, because you know what, you're a veteran, you're class personified, you handle your business or whatever. But you know, if some of your teammates were Rough Riders, CJ, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, if some of your teammates were Rough Riders, I mean, who knows what New Orleans would be if they had that intestinal fortitude, if they had that grit, if they were as committed on the defensive side of the ball the way that they should be and what have you. Who knows what New Orleans could do? We were very, very pleased with what we saw from Zion, especially that last game against the Lakers before he got hurt. Very, very pleased. That's the brother we were looking for. I got that. But I'm just speaking collectively, CJ. I mean, when you look at the Western Conference, I mean, there's several teams. And there's several players on your team. I mean, you know, if you could take some of the Knicks and just put sprinkle a couple of those brothers in New Orleans, you would have a better idea of what I'm talking about. Top 5. Perk is right.
All right. So that's
You ain't gonna play CJ reply?
I don't have that part. I'm gonna have to fit.
It's on Twitter.
Well, let's comment on that while we doing that, man. Let's comment on that what we heard from Stephen A. Smith.
Am I going first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Stephen A. does have a point. I mean, he
does. Yeah.
I'm gonna just say this. I mean, because really, he was really throwing it in CJ's face, basically talking about him, because he was one of them. I mean, he was hunted on defense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all know that CJ's not a dog on defense. No, he doesn't. He's never had that. That's never been a part of his game. But I mean, we all see it. You know what I'm saying? I know we all don't like Stephen A. Aside from that, I don't like Draymond, but Draymond had a point. We can still recognize when people that we don't like make points. And the thing is that this team is laid back. We don't have dogs or wolves on this team. Not collectively. Herb Jones has done his thing. You know, he's done his thing. He's really showed that he has it in him. Jose Alvarado, he's got a whole lot of it in him. We've seen it from Zion when he really commits on that end. We've seen different spurts, but collectively as a team, we don't they don't all have that. I mean, you look at all the Villanova guys. I mean, they're dogs. They have strong role player dogs on a team because they don't really have a legitimate star, but they have a team full of role players that are dogs. And when you have dogs on the team, I mean, hey man, it's like it's almost like you do have a superstar on the team. But it's the whole team because everybody goes hard. Everybody's committed on both ends of the floor. So, I mean, he had a point, but CJ, he's not the one that, I mean, CJ probably didn't even come back and say nothing for real because he knows. He knows that he ain't that type of dude. So it makes sense.
Maybe CJ was the one Stephen A is referring to, getting sprinkled over on the New York Knicks.
Hopefully,
but
they could use a veteran.
It's Stephen A, man. He always talking out his ass. Nobody ain't worrying about what he said, but some of that, like you said, Lexxah, it is an interesting point, and we do know that they need a lot more fire, violence, pressure, and intensity. And you really can't be mad at that. But regardless, I don't want to hear that shit from Stephen A, man. Shut the hell up and worry about your Knicks and be happy with what you got. We ain't sprinkling shit over.
I mean, like I said, look, I don't care for Stephen A. I really don't. He does talk out of his neck. But that's one thing. The people who are the biggest critics of you, every now and then there is some truth to what they say. Like I said, Draymond, was it Tramal? He mentioned Jimmy Butler. You know what I'm saying? Now Jimmy Butler, I'm pretty neutral with him. But the thing is that the Pelicans do need that. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking about it. Now, obviously, we don't like it does depend on like whose mouth is coming out of. But I mean, I definitely don't care for Draymond. Definitely don't care for Stephen A. But the thing is that, hey, we ain't built like that. I feel like we the better team. Or, hey, when you need to sprinkle a little bit of that edge, that dog on your team. Because let me tell you something. If the Pels had that dog, that sprinkle on the team, they wouldn't have got swept. I know that. They would at least got one game. You gotta feel a certain kind of way. And I've been saying that, like, the Pelicans don't have respect around the league like that. You haven't put any type of imprint in the playoffs at all. So when you think about that, it's like, dog, y'all, you got to step your game up. You got to feel a certain way when somebody comes out saying, man, y'all ain't built like that. That has to move you. That has to move you like, dog, all right, yeah, okay. That's just like when you playing street ball. You on the court and dudes just talking back and forth. Dude saying, man, you ain't nothing. Man, I ain't even going to guard you. You can go on and shoot that shot. Oh, for real? It's like that? You know what I'm saying? You got to take things personal. Just like if y'all can hear it and envision it, just like MJ said in his documentary. And I took that personally. That's how the Pelicans need to take some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And play with that dog, play with that edge and show it. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, Draymond said the West ain't worried about the Pelicans. That don't bother you that he said that? Oh, I'm gonna give him something to worry about. That's how you should have took that. That's how you should have took that. Oh, that's what he said. And I wouldn't shy away from that either. Respond to that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if somebody stand in front of you and they spit on you, you just gonna stand there? Be like, oh, you must have just been playing, and smile and just walk off. No, you probably gonna Hey, pull your fist back and punch that person. You know what I'm saying?
We don't know what somebody from New Orleans would do because I don't know where the hell that's at.
No, I'm just saying if somebody pushes you, you just gonna stand there and let somebody push you.
I ain't let nobody touch me. You can do all the stuff.
So you
We
gonna
can
be
do
like,
all the lip wrestling and all that, but I ain't let nobody touch me.
Man, DC
I'm just saying, like, just show some reaction, man.
I'm driving. I'll run their ass over, Q.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, it has to be a response, man. Like that.
I'm gonna hit somebody over here with my guitar. This dude, man.
DC, get that
I would take all this noise that the Pelicans hear, man. Take that and use that. Improve all them wrong. That's all I'm saying.
That would take a little bit of pride, though, Lex. And I think a lot of times with this team, the lack of pride, as I watch, and we've watched that press conference yesterday, it's internal. Like if you're getting overly praised and everybody's telling you it's gonna be okay, and you get patted on the back for fucking up, like why would you? You know what I'm saying? Why would you? Well, it's all right. Well, we knew we were gonna lose. We came here. And we made it to the playoffs. Our goal was to get to the playoffs. Zion hurt, so ain't nothing we can do. We'll just be back next year. You know, it's that type of attitude. And that's coming from inside the building because it ain't coming from the people. And that's one thing having a team here, man. Your team, and if you want to be a winner, it would help to do this. Your team has to embody the attributes, the character, the personality of the city, which it stays in. Because people in this city, some of the things we see that go on with this team, your average, everyday, run-of-the-mill person that lives here, they not having that shit. That's not how we built here. So it's almost foreign to us watching some of those things go on. And, you continue to try to build this product that's foreign to the people you're trying to sell it to. It's going to cause you to lose money. And a lot of times to win, you can't win being nice. You're not the person who asks you whooping on the other side. They're not going to think you're a great human being. They're going to hate your guts. So you can't please everybody, man. You got to pick a side. And
they need to choose the honestly,
I think that comes from the best player on the team. So that's a embodiment that either Zion would have to have, or whoever we trade BI for, if he's on the same level of a Zion to carry that type of cachet. So you need that type of leadership and that type of personality, man. We need a big personality that never says die and takes everything personal.
Yeah. And the thing is that message and that leadership and that attitude was not there there to begin with. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't there to begin with. So that doesn't help. And like I said, just coming from what's that movie? Remember the Titans, man. Attitude reflects leadership. You know what I'm saying? So leadership is all, compassion and joy and junk like that. That's not gonna help fuel that edginess attitude, that competitive dog. You know what I'm saying? That soldier on the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? It's not fueling that type of attitude. And see, that's the problem. I mean, just like you said, that's coming from, the up and ups, and even the head coach. Because we know he ain't trying to be a soldier on the battlefield. Maybe for the Lord, but shoot, not on the basketball court.
All right. Shout out to the fam, man. Thank y'all for being in the stream, man. We just crossed over an hour of Pelican content, man. shout out to the fam. If y'all hadn't hit the like button, please feel free. Do me a service and hit the like button, man. Depending on what stream or platform you represent, please, if you're on X, retweet us. If you're everywhere else, just hit the like button and the share button as well. I want to talk to you guys right quick. Let me see if I can pull this information up right here because I got an alert just a minute ago about the Pelicans. They just signed an undrafted player. Give me a second, and I'm going to try to see if I can pull up his highlights too. See if I can get a draft. All right, the player name.
Just signed at one?
Yeah, it's just one guy. Hold on, let me see if I can get a scouting report on him. Just give me just a second. Let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah, they just signed him. Let me put the tweet up right here. Where the hell is it? I just had it up.
Well, while you're looking for that, Q, Baylor's head coach Scott Drew. Guess what he said the characteristic traits of Missi's was. Says he's extremely hard worker, he's coachable, and he's a loyal, humble, great human being.
That's what you need right there, baby. That's what you good then.
But he was also a tremendous student, bro. So it's looking like the things I've looked up about him, man. I see a lot of stuff pointing to Missi's being very intelligent, which I think if we want to have him turn into something, man, he's gonna definitely need that. So you got a lot of positives with this kid, man. Still need a damn point guard. Did we sign an undrafted point guard? Who's this guy?
Josh Odoro is the guy that
Odoro.
He's 6'9", 240 pounds, according to the scouting report I got.
Can he shoot? He looked like he could shoot.
Hold on, let me give you the background on him. He was a center. He played center for George Mason. And this is some of his junior stats. Let me see if I can get a more up to date chat. But basically, the scouting report shows skilled and polished throwback, low post score, good footwork, balance and touch, can face up and shoot from the mid post, an excellent feel and instincts, plays with patience, below the rim finisher, crafty around the rim, finish with both hands, can put the ball on the floor and attack. Dream shakes in Arsenal. Yep, efficient low post score, has a nice go to spin move, effective rim protector, and collects stocks. Now, according to some of the concerns,
sound like Kalal Ware light without the 3-point shot.
Prefers to pop instead of roll, even though he's not a good shooter. Outside shooting and shooting range, undersized center that doesn't space floor, must improve free throw shooting, passing, and decision making. Game may not be fit for modern NBA. So let me see what the person.
Make it big. You make it big.
Some of the highlights right here from Josh Odoro.
Okay.
I think from far away he looked like Seth.
Like Seth Curry?
Mm-hmm. From far away. Now they got up close. But he still kind of look like him.
He looked more like Carmelo Anthony's son than Seth Curry.
Keon.
Yeah. They'd be cousins.
I can see that. Shoot. Probably our cousins.
I mean, you know what, you're right. This is the land of nepotism. The NBA, NFL is filled with it.
So they're just kind of showing you, trying to make the comparative between Al Jefferson. I think that's the comps they're giving them.
Al Jefferson and Sengun.
That's the one. Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're trying to give them comps on.
Okay.
He look all right. He's not very athletic though. He definitely got nice footwork though.
So this
man,
he
got a nice spin, bro. He got a real nice spin.
They told you about on the scout report that he has that spin and he'll use it. Look at him.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like that.
Now this is the next undrafted guy we've gotten in here. So there you go, DC. He got
a nice little game, bro. It's pretty solid for an undrafted dude. But I'm just trying to envision how this translates to our team. I don't.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean,
he don't do nothing. I think we want for us offensively. This ain't how we trying to play.
Well, I mean, the thing is when you look at all these prospects and then you go back to how they will be utilized, that's when, you know, the depression starts.
That was nice, man. You seen that cue? That was nice, man.
No, I'm
The
looking at
up
him.
and under, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
got some
he
moves.
got some moves, man. He got a lot of post moves, man. He finishing left, finishing right.
Yeah, but he's patient. He
He
look.
got the dream shake. He looking where his opponent, and then going to the other side.
Yeah, he got the little. Yeah, he definitely studied a little Ajwan in this game.
Yeah, I like the kid, man.
Finish with either hand.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
that.
Do we have some defensive highlights? I think we've seen enough offensively. Offensively, I like him. If he can find a way, They say he likes to shoot.
He's not
even though he can't shoot.
if you don't play defense.
Yeah, I need to see some defensive highlights, Q. I've seen enough offensively.
You see what I'm saying? But you see what I'm saying, though? Look, all that look good, but then you go back to, all right, Willie. Dang.
Well, he's an undrafted free agent. He's a senior, so I'm guessing he's about 22. 15.9 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 52%. That ain't really all that good for a big man. 52%.
Yeah, but last 3 years.
Who wants a big man to be in like the 60s, bro?
But the thing is, 53% from the field.
Oh shit, he's the 81% free throw shooter though, Q. So he might have stretchability. He's definitely working on that shot.
Yeah, 82.
He started off in the 60s.
Yeah, 82%. Averages 16 points a game, 7.5 rebounds. You know, and this is your new new undrafted player, Josh Oduro.
30 minutes though, you got to give me more rebounds though, man. But I mean, he's only 6'9", so I get it.
Oh
wait, they got him listed as a forward. We got him listed as a center.
They got him listed on the highlights.
You know how they can do it, forward/center.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is that he is definitely a half court guy.
Right.
The way that he plays. And yeah, Willie's not really a half court guy. Just like JV, you know,
Europe in his future.
JV is a half court guy too, for those of you all who didn't know.
Yeah.
And Brandon is as well. He's more of a half court guy. So, you know, I just want to put that out there.
All right, Gator.
There you go, Lexxah. Why don't you go ahead and read this one? Because I think this is an attack.
Nah, which is the man just giving his opinion.
Oh, yeah, that is the thing.
Hold on, DC. Just giving us opinion. DC, stop trying to instigate something, bro.
Hey.
All right.
Instigate what?
Gotta apply the pressure, Q.
I hear you, brother. All right, Gatorade says, head to sub to say that the team not playing tough is recency bias from the playoffs. Recency bias. It just, you know, what you're thinking about from the playoffs. Najee and Jose literally started like 3 fights this year, and we were number 2 net defensive rating, LOL. All right, so thank you, Gator Eggs, for dropping.
Gator Eggs.
All right, Lex, you want to reply to Mr. Gator Eggs' commentary?
Oh, 3 fights. That's it.
Damn, Lex. we the 2000 Detroit.
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, like,
the Indiana Pacers with Ron Artest.
I mean, let's talk about the fact how the Pelicans ended the season. You know what I'm saying? Like the defensive rating, all that stuff. Did you see that the last stretch? Did you see that against OKC?
Yeah, I think
was that during regular season? It's like, did you? I'm just asking a question. I mean, did you see that? Did anybody see that? Did that ranking? You gave me a ranking, and you said 3 fights. Where was that fight? The last stretch going into the playoffs. You just gonna let a team beat you like 4 times? I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you cool with that, if you cool with 3 fights and being having a number 2 defensive net rating, I mean, shoot. I don't know where your expectations are kind of questionable to me. But, you know, being in 3 fights and saying number 2 defensive rating, and I'm looking at how they ended the season. I mean, are you proud of how they ended the season?
Gator Eggs goes into losing Zion and having Brandon Ingram return from a knee contusion.
So is that a good excuse to end the season the way that you did?
I mean, but this is
you name Najee and GTA, right? That's 2 people. How many people are on the floor?
That's a common talking point though that we hear a lot. You know, is that people tend to then go into the injury side of it.
Yeah, I know. I knew that was coming. I knew he was going to combat it with that. I mean, it's like these are professional basketball players. You can still fight. You can still fight. Hey man, New York got dogs. They just got Michael. They got dogs on their team, man. They wanted it. Effort and energy matters, man. It's like you got to have some fight about you when you on the court. I don't care who's out there. Your star could be down. You could have two people down. But it's like you still, whoever's out there, I mean, you still got to play. You just going to let people push you around and all that stuff? I mean, that don't make no sense to me, especially if all the players that are out there are professional basketball players.
It's a common talking point. A lot of people always they talk about the injuries. The injuries was nothing new. We got several family members that's going to chime in. We're going to do
the injuries are nothing new, but
hold on, DC. Let me just finish this if you don't mind. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
All right, thank you. Shout out to the fam. We got 3 family members. We're gonna bring you brother Don, DJ, and brother Slim. If anybody want to chime in, Gator Eggs, if you want to chime in, man, we'll give you an opportunity. Hit the link. It's pinned to the chat. Anybody want to drop some science? We're gonna do rapid fire. So family members, we let you in and then spit your game and then kind of give another person an opportunity to go. We won't be going with a live stream tonight, but we'll with a long stream tonight, but then we'll probably come back at another time and kind of go over the David Griffin interview, stuff like that. We'll cover that. In Marley Mall for Josh Shaduro, the new free undrafted guy they signed, he comes from Providence. He was from the Providence Friars, just to let you know. That's the college that he came from. We'll be bringing up momentarily, but Don, we're gonna come to you in just a second. DC, you wanted to say something before we
yeah, man. I was gonna say that the injuries are, it's nothing new, and I understand people going to that, but I think at least here, when we speak from the standpoint of injuries not being an excuse, obviously with Zion out, right, and BI coming back from injury, you don't expect them to win that series, right? But what you do expect, I've seen other teams, man, they lose both of their stars and they still go and win a game. There's just the fight, the challenge, just the pride. You've seen it even with the Dallas Mavericks, man. They were outmatched, couldn't do anything to find. They found a way to go out there and at least win a game. There's no consolation prize for winning a game, no. But just the never say die, the never give up attitude. I think, at least from here and speaking for the family that's here, when they talk about these things, this is what we're talking about. Having to fight. That fight, you gotta fight. Like Willie used to say, that speech probably don't have no impact no more.
No,
you can't just lay down and roll over, man. You're being embarrassed and people are purposely embarrassing you in that way. You have to be willing to put it all on the line. And, maybe let's say you are outmatched talent wise, man. Sometimes you might have to be willing to throw some blows. You got to get your respect. You got to be able to walk out there off that floor with your head held high saying you did everything possible to try to win that game because that's what winners do. And do you win every game? No. But winners generally leave it all out on the floor, regardless of injuries. Like you can't keep using that as an excuse to quit. So that's how I see it when we speak from injuries and looking at what we saw in the playoffs and talking about them not applying pressure, them not choosing violence. And there's been other times too when the Pels have won and been riding high and then they just go in there all lackadaisical, just undisciplined and all smiles and giggles. Nah, man, like you gotta take it more serious. And when you have that love for the game, a lot of people profess, and that pride. It's in your ability to do that. But sometimes, you're dealing with younger guys or teams that's not used to winning. They don't have good leaderships. You may see it some nights, and some nights you don't. But generally, when you have everything on the line, you gonna see it. And a lot of times with the Pels last season, we didn't see that.
All right. We're going Brother Don. We're bringing in Brother Don first. Like I said, we're doing our rapid fire thing. Then behind Brother Don, DJ, then Brother Slim. Anybody want to chime in? Links pinned to the chat. Now is your time, fam. Brother Don, welcome to the stream. How you doing, brother?
What's up, family? What's up, fam?
How you doing, brother?
What's happening?
I'm doing great, man. I just want to say, it's been real Pelicans, but I'm a Mavericks fan now. I'm a Maverick fan now. Sorry, I'm joking.
Damn.
Sorry, man. I'm loyal. I'm loyal to the man. Hey, but I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I bet. Hey, the way this organization is, we lost a lot of fans this year. Trust me. We lost a lot of fans this year. A lot of fans then left us and said, "Let me root for somebody else." I promise you, we ridiculous. I ain't gonna lie to you. we unreal. Like that's kind of like I'm a Patriots fan in football. So luckily I got them. They helped me out. Watching sports. They've been winning. So I seen a winning organization compared to this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's just night and day. New England Patriots and the Pelicans is ridiculous. But hey man, we here though. Yeah man. I did. Y'all see, I had the poll up. I put a B in the poll. I feel like
you were being nice.
It's not the perfect. Yeah, I mean, since the guys that we drafted, they're not terrible. They're not terrible. Now, is it exactly what we felt like overall what we needed or what we should have went for? Maybe not, especially with the first pick. But Lex, I remember I told you too. I said, hey, at least, I wanted to get a big that can move and that can defend. I said, at least, you know what I'm saying? But we want a big that can score, move, more versatile. I understand that, but at least, man, like you say, like Willie, defense first. If we're gonna have that, have somebody that can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because we need the best players on the court. Jonas was the part of our best players, but we couldn't have him on the court because he couldn't perform to the standards of Willie Green. You know what I'm saying? So we need our best players on the floor. So I like Messi. People was trying to compare him to Jackson Hayes, and I can see why they would think that, but he's definitely he has different intangibles and things like I see the details of the he wants to get better. Like y'all was talking about, I was listening. Y'all was saying how he improved his free throws and things like that. His ethic, he has good ethic and stuff like that. Jackson Hayes, that wasn't things that talked about when talking about Jackson Hayes. And also they said he from Cameroon. That's where he's from, right?
That's right. He's from Cameroon.
And hey, shit, they say Joel Embiid, Pascal Siakam. I said that's good history for me. I said okay. Got a little bit of that in his blood. So that's important to have people here. Like I say, we are a weird organization, so we need people here that's going to initiate things. We don't need people here that need their hand held and need to be smacked up the head 1,000 times to do something. We don't need that, or we don't, you know what I'm saying, stuff like we don't need that. We need people that's going to initiate something, and it look like he takes initiative in his game and pride in his game and stuff. So that's good, and he's athletic as hell. He can catch lobs, like you said, DC. I heard you the other day. You know when Steven Adams was here, it wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that bad with Steven Adams here. It still worked with Zion. Of course, like I said, we still want to spread the floor a little bit better. That'll help out even more. To have a combination of a big that can spread the floor and defend, and switch or die. Big Q, that a big that can do that. So man, I'm not. I gave him a B on his grade individually. Him as a prospect for drafting him. And then the Reeves. I like the Reeves. Uh, uh, did anybody? I didn't hear y'all talk about Reeves. Did y'all not like it? Lex, did you like it, Lex?
Where the Reeves go? Be quiet. Be quiet. You be quiet. You already knew what you was asking me, man. You knew what you was asking me.
Hey,
You knew
so
what
you
you
don't
was
like it?
asking me.
DC, do you like it, DC?
I love the Reeves pick, man. I
I love it too.
I,
What
I was
about
just
you?
happy they went and got somebody that could have value in the second round. Just knowing the track record of the Pels, being able to kind of hit on some of the lower guys in the
Yeah,
bottom of the draft, I thought it
facts.
was a good idea to take a swing.
Facts. What about you, Big Q? You like that?
I like it, bro. I
I like
like
it
it.
too.
Yeah, he's instant offense, bro. We
Yeah,
just, we got to get him in
facts.
there.
Facts. And then it surprised me. I didn't know he was. Who the hell knew he was leading the team in scoring?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Who the?
know. Isn't that
I'm
crazy?
thinking,
Yeah, that's crazy.
man. I'm thinking like, okay, it's Shepard and Dillingham. No, it's this guy Reeves,
It's
and
Reeves.
the dude shooting 45% from the three, and the last time we drafted somebody, well, two dudes that shot high percentage in three, they continue that in the league, and Trey Murphy and Hawkins. So hopefully, man, he can do that too. Um, and yeah, man, I like that. We'll see if we can utilize him or if we can fit in. Um, but I was definitely impressed with that, man. So that's why I gave it a B. I wouldn't say B plus, but just give it a flat out B. And and yeah, we'll see. We're gonna have a lot of undrafted free agents too.
Yep.
I'm hoping we can get somebody that we don't know that can really stretch the floor and can move kind of what we wanted, but just an underrated guy that can it's a little athletic. So maybe it is somebody out there that we don't know yet that can pop up. Um, So I'm hoping for that. So we'll see how that goes. Summer league, we normally find some people in summer league, uh, but we just can't be signing anybody. No more, just people that we ain't gonna use like Jameson, Lex, or Markovich, and we need people that
You are
we
so
know
funny.
that what I'm saying, man, they can ball, man, and can initiate, what I'm saying, the details of the game, initiate the effort, initiate wanting to get better, initiate something, man. We need people that got some balls up in this motherfucker, man. We need
Mm-hmm.
people that ain't scared, dog. I know you should be happy to be in that moment to finally make it, dog, but who ready to really initiate something, initiate a new energy in the locker room, man. Be a difference maker. Come in there, play your role. This league is filled up with players that's playing certain roles. Come in there with that Patrick Beverly shit. Play that role. Come in there with that. Be a dog. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we got to get those players. They got to be granted. They gotta also be granted
Did
to
you
come.
just hear what you said?
Yeah,
I'm there with like Patrick Beverly. Of course, we gotta get those guys up in
yeah,
there.
we gotta, we gotta, we gotta go get
We
them.
listening, Don. We
But
listen.
man, so yeah, like as
Oh
far as
God.
that goes, and also I heard the Griffin conference, and I just hope that we trade Bi. I want us to still trade Bi. That's what hope we're still trading BI.
What? Look, don't get all soft just because you said he wants to stay here.
Yeah, no, it sounded like he was just being like, like he kind of sounded like the typical GM or player staff on the team or whatever, because they don't just flat out say, yeah, we're trying to move somebody. They always well, you still value, he's a good guy, we value him here, but they still gonna ship you off. So that sounded like what that was a little bit, but a little bit also sounded like, dang, I don't know, can you ship them off? Like you said, Big Q, you look a little nervous.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
So man, I just hope we can. I'm just excited for something new, but I just want to see something new. Like I said, my expectations is low, so if nothing happens, it's like, man, it's just I'm gonna just cry, but it's okay. I'm gonna just wait for football season. After that, we don't make no moves, because man, that's all you can do. That's why sometimes I ain't saying too much this off season, because dog, we know what it is. It's like they do or they don't. So it's like, man, like we gonna wait and see. I'm just hoping, that we can make a move, but dog, man, who knows, man? We gonna wait and see. And what y'all think about did y'all have it in y'all mind when we was at 21 to take Isaiah Collier?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody had it in their mind? You did?
Yeah. Well, I talked about Collier, man. Me and DC talked about him on some of the breakdowns we did on some of these players. And yeah, he was a guy that we talked about, but a lot of people said they wanted the Pelicans to take him. And I was like,
right? Because he was there. It's like, because I feel like he's that type of the eye test, and I think because he was top 5 coming out of high school, so he know he didn't one of them dudes. He know that. So and just like a guy like, it reminded me of Keontae George. I knew about Keontae George. I seen him play. I knew he was a dog. I knew them dudes that know they this great. If they can just get it together, be disciplined, and hold themselves accountable, they're gonna be good. Just like I still think Imani Bates gonna be nice. You gotta look out for them dudes, man. They've been those dudes since they was youngins for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it don't be hard to make that decision. You just gotta do it, because Collier, I think gonna be nice. He's gonna be nice. His body type is pretty nice for a point guard, 6'5", and he bigger than a lot of the point guards that's been in the league for a minute now. Dude, like 6'5", 210, up there with Ant-Man almost.
How would he fit on the Pels though, brother? Like,
well,
you got a Zion that needs a point guard that pretty much is on his level mentally, IQ wise, and you need him to be able to shoot. We don't have the time for him to develop a jumper.
Yeah,
we should have got Tyrese Maxey. We missed that boat already, man. We need a seasoned point guard.
Yeah, I feel you, but the draft is about taking chances on talent and stuff like that. So
you're right.
We're gonna see, but I feel like I say we're gonna sign a big too. So they could have went in that direction. Okay, we're gonna probably get one of these bigs in a trade or sign, and we're gonna go with the young point guard or whatever. I don't know, but that was just in my mind, because y'all really don't, a lot of people don't value Missi like that. So it's like, okay, here's another guy, man, that was a potential top 5 in the beginning of this year. He's a potential top 5 pick. So, man, yeah, but I guess if we go 10-8, 10-60 this year, we'll get Cooper Flag. So I guess that's the next biggest hope,
Nah, hopefully we don't have to do that, brother.
I hope not either, brother.
Be a long season, man, full of a lot of pissed off shows. I tell you one thing. All right, Don, man, thank you, bro, from chiming in as always, man. Don's always representing, keeping it.
Oh yeah, hey, we on tomorrow?
For Friday we might, bro. Hit your notification bell. We'll see how it goes, because there's some stuff that we definitely need to talk about as well. reaction to the David Griffin thing. We need to listen to that press conference again.
Yeah.
That was lightning. Yeah,
we
we
got
just
that together, man, for sure.
right. Good time. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to you, cuz.
All right.
He got
Right,
he got the
Yeah.
best already.
Yeah.
Hey, DJ, man, what's happening, DJ? How you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream.
What's up, DJ?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good, man. How you doing, brother?
All right, DJ.
So, look, I got a home, but I'm gonna save some tomorrow if y'all doing this tomorrow. I'm gonna try to narrow it down so as it ain't too much. First off, the center that we picked up in the first round, that that's pretty much what we got, and we got our own Clint Capella. It's just simple as that. I'm going with Clint Capella. I'm not going with no Jackson Hayes. We got our own basically Clint Capella.
Okay.
The pickup that we got in the second round, it was a shocker to me. I didn't think they were gonna do nothing. The guard / small forward, he might be taking a replacing Najee if Najee leaves, or Matt Ryan, whichever one that whatever spot he gonna take. And then the last guy, I'm going after your neck. This guy, he's an undrafted free agent. Carlo Mekovich, we actually drafted. So I mean, and here's the key part. Carlo Mekovich can shoot the three. He can shoot the three. Yes, he could definitely shoot the three. So and he's 6'10", I possibly say 6'10". So yeah, I'm going with Carlo Mekovich. I know y'all think me as the underdog, but I'm definitely going with Carlo Mekovich. You know why? Because he can shoot three. And he can move. So with that being said, I mean, he might make the roster with the undrafted free agent. It's a possible, but I'm still going with Carlo Mekovich. And then free agency starts July 1st. So I don't have my intel on that.
Okay. All right, DJ, man. Listen, man.
DJ, you don't think you go for the underdogs, bro? You think we just think that?
Well,
I didn't
DJ,
know he was an underdog.
he goes for he goes for the underdog, and that's why. But DJ hits on him though. He talked about when
yeah,
Najee Marshall first.
Najee.
Yeah,
Najee was one of the main ones he hit on, and a few others too.
yeah. And Jose Alvarado, he hit on Jose.
He was there on Jose.
Yep, he was on. So yeah, so it's a method to DJ's his thought process, man. He hit on a few of these guys. So I mean, he vibing about Carlo Mekovic. Something about Mekovic might be the guy. I mean, we have Messi, and now Mekovic is definitely a guy. He's on the G League squad. So at some point, the Pelicans bring him over to give him an opportunity. So it depends on what they do in obviously now after the draft and trades, and of course in free agency. So I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I'm definitely rolling with Mekovich. I mean, at least we drafted him. This guy who we picked up in undrafted free agent, I mean, he might get a shot. And if he do make the team, they gonna send him to the G League and keep it going. But yeah, I'm definitely rolling with Mekovich. I mean, at least he can shoot, he can stretch the flow, he can, he could. I mean, I'm definitely going with Carlo Mekovich. I just, me personally, I want to stretch big because Zion, he gonna need that. I mean, it. We tried to use JV, and JV he was just too slow. and transition. I mean, he didn't really hit too many threes. I heard that they were going after Lopez, one of the Brook Lopez brothers. Uh, so we'll see. We'll definitely see. But at times, man, I want to touch big. I mean, the league is kind of changing. I mean, you might have a few of the centers that's in the league that is like in the paint, barely in the paint. But if you can't shoot, is out the league right now. The league is changing to stretch bigs. We need to stretch bigs. I don't care if you re-sign Jonas and have him in a minimum deal. I need a stretch big. I'm sorry.
I got a question for you, DJ.
What's up?
Who's the head coach of this team? Because everything you're saying is correct. But who's the coach of this team?
I'm gonna keep saying it. At some point, he got to play some of these guys. He ain't got a choice. He got to play.
I know who the
he's yet to do it. Like Makovich is not even in. Like he's not on the bench to be played, let alone the rotation. And I know it's a new season, so you know they'll probably check him out in summer league.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't had any NBA action, like at all. Is that correct? Has he gotten in any of the games? Any NBA action?
No.
I know he went to a few games. I mean, just to watch the Pelicans play. But
see, that right there is like, I mean, he's not even in the NBA, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's in the, you know, in the G League, but that's not the NBA. But the one thing, and it still remains the same, and based off of the presser with you know, Bryson and Griff, you know, the foundation is still the same. They talked about that. You know what I'm saying? The foundation of Willie's philosophy is defense. And the thing is, yes, he can shoot the three, but the question you need to ask is how is his defense? Because Dyson don't have a lick of offense, and he gets more playing time than Jordan Hawkins.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? And he's a sniper. So when you're talking about a stretch big, how is his defense? Because on this team, Willie wants to be like, dog, I don't care about your offense. He doesn't value offense like he's supposed to value it. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not negating what you're saying, because what you're saying is right. That's how the game is changing. You know these shooters are getting paid. The stretch bigs playing multiple positions is what's hot right now. But the Pelicans have a coach that's not with that trend. He believes the defense will create the offense instead of the other way around, or a combination of both. I mean, defense does create offense, but it's a combination of different things. But he's solely on, we get our offense from the defense.
Well,
and that's his foundation. That's everything.
I know who the assistant coach is, and that's James Borrego. So, I mean, I don't know about Willie. I mean, Willie, he need to go stand and the food stand and sell food, or go to the door and sell tickets. I don't know, but in the meanwhile, like I said, I need a point guard that's gonna give. I need a flow general and point guard. We need a flow general. Somebody like Rondo. and point guard. Center, I need to start big. That's the bottom line. Uh, like I said, I know I had that haul, but I'm gonna save something for tomorrow. But that's just a little taste of what I had yesterday. But I'm gonna give this draft a C minus. That's because we drafted a big and we got back in the draft and got a guard / forward. So I was being nice with the C minus.
Okay.
All right, DJ. Thank you, man, for chiming in. Thank you for being patient and waiting too, brother. Much love to you, bro. And we're gonna holler at you on the next one, bro. Thank you, man.
Hey, if you want me to end the show, just have me back on.
Yeah, pop back in, DJ. I got you.
All right.
Matter of fact, just stay where y'all, brother. Just stay right there. Just stay right there. I'm gonna bring Slim in. All right, brother Slim, man. How you doing, sir? Welcome on in the street, bro. How you doing tonight?
What's up, Fly Nation? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud.
Yeah.
Yes,
What's up, Slim?
Yeah, we hear you, baby.
Queen Lex, what's going on? GC, be safe driving, brother. Real talk, you've been doing a lot
I'm
of driving.
driving, man. I'm driving, dog.
Be safe, brother.
He's doing cross country. Literally.
But can I be real honest with y'all, Flock Nation? Real talk, just my personal opinion. I really think the Pelicans already had a great team. I just think we got the wrong leadership and direction. You had JV. I think Queen Lexxah mentioned JV. How much we're gonna appreciate him when he's gone. BI, he's already a star. He just came back from injury too quick. You got Herb Jones. You know who he is, best two-player guard in the league, whatever. Two-way player. I'm sorry, two-way player. My only issue with the Pelicans is, y'all, we need a point guard. That's just me personally. Willie Green, you know how he is. He compassionate with his stubbornness, and I don't like the draft pick, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I think we should have kept JV. I know you can't pay everybody. It is what it is, but we seriously need a point guard, and we need a true leader in this organization. But I think we don't have that. Listen to Dr. Octopus last night with his crony. It was like torture to me. It was just sickening, it was disgusting. And Gail Benson, she need to wake up, grab our pearls or something. Like, we need to get into the right direction. I love my pearls, but I don't see a bright future, y'all. What y'all think about that?
I mean, I agree. I mean, we've been talking about. I mean, everything leads back to the leadership. Everything leads back to the front office. Like, we can talk about trades, we can talk about all these great situations and things like that. You know, bringing in great talent, talent that needs to be developed. But until you really address what the problem is, which is something the Pelicans haven't, because we've talked about the system, the way the system is set up, it's not good. You know, it took them a long time to bring in a physical therapist, something that all the rest of the organizations have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, other organizations have these blueprints. But it's like, why can't y'all go to their site and look at the blueprint on what they have of the job descriptions and what these people are doing? Like, you have 29 teams that you can learn from. We've heard many a times where Griff has mentioned, talked about the Miami Heat culture. Well, the thing is, if you look at the Miami Heat culture, the foundation of their culture is winning.
Mm-hmm.
Not only winning, they work hard. They put in the work. They have regimens for each player, diet plans. You know what I'm saying? It's not just for one player, it's for all their players. And I know because, D Wade, he talked about that stuff. Like, you had to have a specific body fat percentage. Pat Riley does not play.
Mm-hmm.
He's very disciplined. If anybody, Antoine Walker, he talked about it as well when he played for the Heat. Like you like that was something, and that wasn't in the contract. That was something aside from the contract that they signed. And everybody on that team, had to follow it. Everybody. So the thing is, when you talk about heat culture, it's like, dude, that's heat culture. But what you're doing here, that's nowhere close to that. It's nowhere close to it. Like, you really have to be all bought in and all in on building that type of culture. And the beginning factor is the winning part. And then you have to understand, well, okay, well, how do we win? Well, you got to get more discipline. You gotta really literally watch what you eat and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're right. We can beat around the bush all we want, but until we address that leadership, it's almost like we're swimming in mud. And then that's one thing that continuously hurts, because we keep going back to it. We talk about all these trades. We talk about these players. We talk about, if we move him, or, what can we do with these picks? But it's like, golly, man. Then it comes back to Griff, and then it comes back to Gale, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, look, we're back to square one again. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you make a great point. I mean, leadership is a huge part of it.
Right, and look, I don't know, Big Q, if you can see, Lil V Man said in the comments, run
it back.
If we had the right leadership, I think we can at least advance to the second round or further. That's just me personally.
Running it back?
With JV, Herb, B.I., Zion, I think we could get a point guard. You know what I'm saying?
I think if we don't get a point guard, I think we'd be in the same situation.
That's what I'm saying. We need a point guard.
We're gonna lack identity. We're gonna be all over the place on how we play. The translation from what the coach is saying to what's going on out on the floor will look totally discombobulated. It'd be the same situation, man. And then it's gonna be too much thinking, or maybe forcing it too much to try to do what they know work. Somebody gonna get hurt again. The reason Zion and Ingram keep getting hurt, to me, ain't just because they injury prone. It's because everything they do is hard. They don't get easy shots. And whether you want to call it, you say our offensive design is flawed, which we can say that. But you had a guy like James Borregos, who we know can design a very good offense to create easy shots. We still couldn't maximize that either. So it's a miscommunication, something lost in translation now, man. And for that reason, we can't run it back. Because how do we get a point guard that we can see helping solve this problem while we're shackled by how much we got to pay BI? I would love to keep BI, man, but at like $30 million a year, and that's less than what he's making now. So it's like, how do you do that and get a center? You know what I'm saying? I'm more inclined, I guess, to Trae Young thing, because I know Trae Young, being the point guard he is, if you can find a center like Missi's that plays defense, I mean, Trae can get that guy, 6 to 8 points a game, just off of his gravity. And you also got somebody who's gonna run the show, man. We need somebody to run the show. Until we get that, Zion gonna keep getting hurt, BI keep getting hurt, and we'll lose games consistently that we should win, and we'll fumble away leads in the fourth quarter forever and ever until
eternity. Give me some hope in him, bro. Give me some hope in him, bro. Give me some
point
hope
guard, bro. You already got it, bro. You trying to buy it already. Point guard, man.
I will say this. Giving Brandon that contract, first of all, it would be untradeable. You wouldn't be able to trade if you wanted to move him down the road. And then that would
I kind of disagree, Lex, a little bit. They just signed a $75 billion deal in NBA, so $52 million today as opposed to a year or two from now, it's going to look totally different. Remember when DeJounte Murray signed that contract for $25 million? That looked like a huge overpay. Look at it now.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for something different. I'm ready for something different.
I agree with that.
I mean, look, let me tell you something, man. Like, Brandon and Zion do not play off of each other. I mean, when you look at other duos, they are the most weirdest duo I've ever seen. They're not a duo. They don't play off of each other for whatever reason. I know Brandon. I mean, Brandon didn't even like Point Zion. Henceforth, because Stan Van Gundy introduced the Point Zion. He got that dude fired. Everybody knows that. No, Brandon in his pressers, I mean, he was the one who was not buying in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so it's like at this point, I'm really not trying to hear, oh, I want to be here. I like what you're doing. Because that's what Griff said that Brandon said to him. Dude, it's like it took you a whole season to realize that you were the one who wasn't buying in. It wasn't Zion. It's like, I don't, he's the one who was, whining and crying, okay, not getting his way. That was him. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, dude, I don't feel like that's out of you. I still feel like it's there. The thing is that I think he knows going somewhere else, especially when you're talking about a contender. The thing is, if you're going to a team that already has an established hierarchy, you're not going to be that guy. You may be a third option or a fourth option. Your role may change like completely. Like right now, it's been him and Zion, but if he goes somewhere else, that could all change. Where he's not even looked at as a number 2 option. But then again, I think if he goes somewhere else, you have to think they do have a hierarchy. Look at the positives of it. They're going to have a better coach. They're going to have a better front office. They know what they're doing. The coach will know how to use Brandon. You see what I'm saying? Like there's 2 factors here to everything. It may look like a negative, but at the same time, if he's used the correct way, I mean, that can change the whole complexity of his career. But, right now I'm not. Him and Zion don't click to me. They just don't click. I mean, we've been through this, for a while, and this was really bad. This just looked really bad. They were still in the same spot. And I know again that has to do with the coaching and stuff, but yeah, that they didn't play off of each other. I think a lot of times they avoided each other.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real, like they didn't use each other. I know there was a lot of times where it seemed like Brandon and CJ were doing things that, I mean, we've seen stretches where Zion didn't even touch the ball.
Okay, Queen Lex, real quick.
What's up?
Real question. Everybody in the chat too. Who would you build a team around? BI or Zion? Who would you build a team around? Since you say they didn't click, who would you build a team around? Because you might have to move on from one of them.
I mean, yeah, like I would like them to begin, building around Zion, because they've yet to do that. They haven't committed to building around him. So we don't know what that looks like, meaning you need shooters around him. People who don't mind shooting the 3, which again, Brandon didn't want to shoot the 3, right? So, I mean, I think the times we've seen what we're going to get building around Brandon. We've seen when Zion was out. We've seen that, but we've yet to see it with Zion. So, I mean, I would like to see what that looks like at least. You know what I'm saying? It's going on year 6. You drafted him in number 1, and it's like you haven't fully built around him.
Right.
So I mean,
But will Mr. Compassionate, will he play his shooters? That's the question. Will he play his shooters?
I mean, it is.
He ain't got a choice. That's what I'm saying. It's like that's why I'm kind of veering on the conversation about Willie Green staying the same. The team is changing. The Pelicans' philosophy that once again they traded back into the second round, got a shooter. The dude's not really all that on defense, but he adds another shooter. You got a big that can run, protect the rim, fight for offensive rebounds, very athletic, effort guy, high motor guy. Willie obviously likes to pick. Trey Murphy's there. You got it's this weight waffling that it appears to be. I don't know if the Pelicans doing, but it made no sense I don't understand why David Griffin even put that out there, about him wanting to stay here. Why would you even say that? Just keep that to yourself. There's no need for you to even say that. But
that's how you know it's posturing, Q, and it's bullshit, and it's involved in trade rumors and trying to draw more interest of BI. Like, okay, nobody wants him at the price of it. Well, we'll just keep him. It's it's bullshit.
You're not in the selling department. You in the buying market, huh?
Yeah, I think that
Come on now.
It helps him by doing that.
I mean, we talking about David Griffin here, Lexxah. He thinks he's smarter than everybody else. Come on now.
And that's what's sad. But it's like, look, we ain't getting deals like OKC got with what's his name, Caruso. Man, that was crazy that they got. I'm still tripping off that deal. Like, how did y'all do that?
Caruso from the Lakers?
Huh?
Caruso from the Lakers? Going to OKC? Oh my God.
He started.
He was at the Bulls.
Yeah,
they got him from the Bulls for Josh Giddey.
Yeah, he was an undrafted guy. He started in the G League affiliate team. And the coach of the G League affiliate team he started on was Mark Dagnall, who's the coach of the Thunder now. So it made sense. He knows the player. But the thing about Willie Green is everybody's anticipating Willie not changing. DC was talking to me today about that, man. Q,
he hasn't showed us otherwise, Big Q.
I'm just saying.
3 years, Q, he still don't know how to use the timeouts, bro. I mean, come on, man.
Don't even know his
challenges.
Big Q.
If that ain't a big indication, you would think that would be the first area where you would look to improve as a young head coach, right? Like how to properly use your timeouts, right? No?
And you know what's funny, y'all? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I watched the Boston Celtics, and you know something? I'm gonna admit something. I'm older. I'm 40 years old. This dude 35 years old and won a championship. Just that quick. This dude 35 years old and won a chip already.
Well, that was a good team. He inherited by a screw up and trying to have
Ime Udoka.
Yeah, Ime Udoka.
Yeah. He may really set a precedence. You know what I'm saying with that team, but before he left.
History and passes history.
What?
What was that?
Yeah, what was that?
ESPN on my phone. I'm sorry.
DC, you still driving, brother? I think DC
I'm still driving.
I'm still driving.
He's going cross country. He's gonna be on the road for hours. On the road again. DC and PPR on the road again.
We're gonna get ready to kind of cut it out, fam. Look, I like to thank everybody for joining the stream. I'm just gonna leave y'all with this on the Willie Green thing. I do anticipate Willie Green to make some changes because his roster is making changes. You can't do the same dumb stuff you did last year, and he's going into his 4th season. So you got to expect these people. You got to expect these people to make changes, bro. They got to improve. That's the only way this team is going to get to the next level. Willie Green has to sit down, and he has to look at everything that he needs to do to improve as a coach. This is what they're supposed to do in the offseason. How could they be better as a team? So that's what I'm expecting them to do. Now, if that doesn't happen, then he'll be ushered and showed the door. Because listen, what he did with the 49 wins that just got washed over because of the horrible playoff performance by the Pelicans, and not so much of the players that were hurt, it was the way the Pelicans went down with no heart, no guts, no nothing. I mean, you could have gave them playoff tickets away. They were basically giving them away. Nobody wanted to go see that, man. That's not how you perform. So that's what I'm saying about the whole squad. He has to change going forward. 49 wins, tied for second in the franchise history. All it does is set the floor a lot higher. So he got a younger team coming here that he'll have to match them 49 wins in a difficult Southwest division, in a difficult Western Conference. So it all changes and it all escalating and going higher. He has to do that. I don't think Willie's a stupid man. I think Willie's a stubborn man. But at some point, that stubbornness has a line where you're gonna have to give up and start adjusting if you won't stay a coach in this here NBA. Because these guys ain't gonna keep protecting you to go out there. 49 wins last year by the Pelicans. All they do is set the floor higher for Willie Green with a younger team. He has to play his young guns. He has no choice. So when it comes down to David Griffin, they got to get together and they got to get him the right piece to help this team get better than what they were last year. It's going to be a very interesting offseason and into the year for the Pelicans. And David Griffin, the way he looked at that press conference, I don't know, but something's awry. We'll see what goes on, fam. We'll see what happens, man. We'll sit here and monitor it, man. Big time, but they got to get BI out of here. They got to get CJ out of here, and they got to pair Zion with people that's going to help him take the team to the next level. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So, I mean, y'all, quick thoughts from y'all, and then we'll end the stream, man. Thank everybody for listening today. Lex DC, y'all want to chime in? Slim?
You go ahead and go first, Lex.
I'm going to let Slim go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I'll go first. Queen Lex, DC, forgive me. Go Pels, man. Was that good?
You gotta work on
you
it.
trying to do a Jamaican accent?
You gotta work on it, brother.
Oh,
I'm tricking you on.
I was waiting for the punchline. I'm sorry.
I'm trying, y'all.
Then I rewound it and I was like, he was trying to do that.
I gotta work on that, y'all.
Show him how it's done, Lex.
Yeah, sure. I'm tricking you on.
I mean, we found Lex on the island too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank you, DC. I think you appreciate you so much, and I appreciate you for trying Slim, my brother Slim from the South.
You're welcome.
Let's
gotta work on it. I gotta work on it. I'm stricken you
Go
on.
Pels, man.
There you go.
Come on, DC. Come on, Big Q. Come on, you got to get into this.
I can't. I just laugh at DC.
You just got to do it in step train. No train.
You need to stop trying.
I tried.
That's DC real voice he did right there. Y'all think it's a game. That's like,
come on, you gotta do it from the diaphragm.
That's how DC talks for real, y'all. He got y'all all fooled. He speak English.
One love, man. One love,
man. I go.
Oh my god.
Try, man. Go ahead, DC. How you do?
I gotta work on mine.
Go Pels, man.
We should go for a whole live stream and just speak in this dialect. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Y'all gonna do that by y'all damn self. Y'all ain't gonna kill me laughing. Y'all do that by your damn self.
We gonna choose violence. BQ.
But we apply pressure, man.
I gotta work on my accent, y'all.
We all gotta work on something, man.
Go Pels. That's a shirt, DC. That's a shirt. Go Pels, man.
Wrong colors, Q.
No, that's a shirt, bro. That's a shirt. It'll be
you gonna put it in red, black, and green?
No, it's gonna be a pelican. It's gonna be a pelican, right? It's gonna be a pelican with box. And he has to be like, go Pels, man.
A pelican with a Jamaican hat.
A pelican with dreadlocks, man. How that fly?
Let's do it. Let's put it together and see what happens.
That damn pelican would be too heavy to get off the ground, man.
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. He'd be flying high. You just put a joint in his
Man,
mouth.
he'll be flying high till the rain starting, them dreadlocks get heavy. Damn pelicans will drop.
I'm telling you, the whole live stream speaking this dialect is gonna be so dope.
Go Pels, man.
Go Pels, man. I gotta work on mine, yo. I gotta work on mine.
Go Pels, man. On the DC, but
you gotta do it from your soul, from your spirit.
From your what?
From my what? Queen Lex, what? From my what?
Spirit.
My soul, from
your spirit.
Spirit.
From my spirit? I can't do it.
I think
I gotta work on mine, yo.
Mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul.
DC been training Lex. Training Lex. He got it down.
Don't worry about it. Come on, take it, DC.
Good.
Because every little thing.
I'm still stuck on the spirit.
All right, man. Let's
right.
Let's get out of here, man. Hey, listen, I'd like to thank everybody for report, man. Look, thank y'all, man. Feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, family. If you're not subscribers, we have fun over here, man. Pelicans got a lot of work to do, man. Listen, we'll be back maybe tomorrow or Saturday. Y'all hit the notification bells as well, and perhaps we'll open up the show. We gonna phone lines again on the next stream. If it's not Friday, it'll be Saturday. We'll figure it out, fam. We'll get it together. But listen, man, the draft, I gave it a B. A lot of family members were happy with it. Slim, not so much. But outside of that, man, we moving into the off season. Pelicans have to make a move on BI, man. All of this stuff will be twisting and turning, and we'll get some direction of where the Pelicans or what they're trying to do is they try to reshape the core correctly around Zion Williamson. So I'd like to salute all you guys and thank y'all for joining in on the stream tonight. DJ, are you still there, sir?
Yes, I'm still here.
All right. Floor is yours, friend.
If anybody talk about our Pelicans, you tell them in a Jamaican accent, to get the flock out of here and go flock yourself.
From your spirit.
Yeah, but you gotta do it in the Jamaican accent.
Like,
come on, man.
Come on.
Anybody. Comes up to your Pelicans.
There you go, your Pelicans.
Yeah, I definitely got to work on my accent. Oh my God.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.